Hi there, friends. Welcome and thanks for joining us for another informative weekend edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Our screen looks a bit different today because we are indeed celebrating International Sign Language Day. The theme for this celebration is a world where deaf people everywhere can sign anywhere. And here with us to share a key point is Mrs. Patrice Matheson, a teacher at the Danny Williams School for the Deaf. Before, though, we turn to the pages, Mrs. Matheson will share with us some current challenges being faced by the community of deaf persons and how we as a nation can be more inclusive. Mrs. Matheson, thank you so much for being with us today. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Thank you so much, Sir Adrian. So the deaf community, they have a challenge mainly with communication, and I would say access to information. I think they would appreciate having maybe more interpreters all around the nation, and also, especially when they're watching the news, they would want, you know, access to information. They would want to maybe to see like a closed captioning type of system. To be
included
right
in that production process.
Yes,
and
sir.
to understand what's happening across the nation.
That's right. And I would say that would be their main challenge right now, just that access to information, wanting to feel like they are a part of the nation by, you know, knowing what's happening. So maybe if we offer some more interpreting services, and they would be able to, you know what's happening by us using sign language a little bit more, they would feel a little bit more included in society.
Yes. So can you perhaps shed some light, if you have the information, about steps being taken to ensure that that is dealt with so that they can be a part of, feel included? Right.
Well, I would say, for the little that I know, I have seen where there have been persons advocating, the Jamaica Association for the Deaf, I'm sure. They have been trying their best to see how they could get at least, you know, interpreters for the news and, you know, just for general programs, local programs for our deaf. That much I know.
Yes, because we owe it to them, for them to understand what's going on in the country and all over the world, and they need to be a part of that information process.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm sure we're going to be talking more as we progress. Well, we begin to turn our pages to our feature segments, plus our Western Roundup segment returns. You don't want to miss any of it, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Mosquitoes will breed in containers that hold water. Tightly cover water storage containers such as drums, buckets, and tanks, or cover the water surface with cooking oil. Punch holes in all tins, plastic containers, and boxes to prevent the collection of water before disposal. Cover old tires or fill with dirt. Scrub all vases once per week to remove mosquito eggs, and dispose of garbage by placing in plastic bags. Do your part to prevent mosquito breeding. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
Students, teachers and staff at the Albertown High School in Trelawney are breathing a sigh of relief, while teachers and students at 2 St. James Primary Schools and 1 high school are expressing gratitude to the Ministry of Education and Youth and other stakeholders. We tell you why on this episode of Western Roundup. Stick around. More than 800 students, teachers, and auxiliary staff at the Albertown High School in Trelawney are breathing a sigh of relief with the recent installation of a 20,000-gallon tank and other rainwater harvesting mechanisms at the institution. This alleviates the need to purchase water at $40,000 per load from Falmouth in Trelawney or from as far as Christiana in Manchester.
We are really grateful for this initiative, and I'm confident that it will serve to benefit us as teachers and the student body. We are thankful and we trust that the students and teachers will use it and be grateful.
This is an area where we have a lot of rain, and we are now going to be able to take advantage of this resource so that we can solve a problem that we have been having here for years.
The school's water storage capacity has been increased to 50,000 gallons. Commissioning the $4.5 million investment into service, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samudo, hailed the project as an investment in the future of the nation.
We will make the investments in the capacity of water storage right across the length and breadth of this country, especially in rural schools, to ensure not an hour of learning loss can be attributed to water supply.
The initiative was spearheaded by the Rural Water Supply Limited and included the laying of 350 feet of pipe, installation of guttering, and the donation of 8 black tanks and a pumping system. Meanwhile, the residents of Martha Brae in Trelawney also benefited from an upgraded water intake system. This initiative will allow the National Water Commission, NWC, to harness an additional 5 million gallons of water daily, increasing the overall production at the Martha Brae Water Treatment Plant from 80 million gallons to more than 11 million gallons.
One of the options presented was to expand the Martha Brae Water Treatment Plant, and it was accepted, and it was expanded by 5 million gallons per day. And the vision for the Martha Brae is that ultimately it can be expanded by a further 10.
Over in St. James, the students and staff at the Barrett Town and the John Rawlins Success Primary Schools, along with the Spot Valley High School, benefited from a donation of equipment valuing US $15,000 from the U.S. Southern Command Humanitarian Assistance Program. The items donated included 3 multifunction printers and 3 interactive whiteboards. The donation was facilitated by the National Education Trust, NET.
This project is a collaboration between the Department of Defense and the Ministry of Education and Youth here in Jamaica. Projects like this empower students, empower teachers, and the community as a whole. The donation of smart whiteboards and multi-function printers symbolize the partnership and commitment between the United States and the country of Jamaica.
Hailing the donation as a boost to the sector, Regional Director in the Ministry of Education and Youth, Dr. Michelle Pinnock, says students will now have a better opportunity to be empowered through technology.
The Ministry of Education and Youth takes very seriously the technological improvements required in each school and understands that in order for children and young people to be prepared for their future, to make them future ready, we have to start in the Jamaican classroom. We believe in Western Jamaica through STEM education. Once we're able to motivate our young people, get them critically thinking, getting them collaborating, getting them communicating with others, then our creativity will take us to the next level.
Expressing gratitude on behalf of the schools, Principal of Barrett Town Primary, Anthony Murray, says the donation will increase the capacity of the institutions to better deliver STEM education in the classroom.
For Jamaica schools to provide the first world and competitive students that we need so that they can match the global market. Our schools must be equipped with high-quality training equipment and resources to aid in the delivery of the curriculum. And as such, your donation today of ITC equipment is a step in the right direction.
And that's all for the program. As usual, thanks for joining us on this episode of Western Roundup, where we take you from the corners of St. Elizabeth to the hilly terrains of St. Anne. Remember to send your feedback to jismobe@jis.gov.jm. Until next time, take care.
My name is Bruce Croxon. I'm the founder of a fund called Round 13 Capital that invests in Canadian technology companies. My ties to Jamaica go way back because my mother is actually from the island. She comes from the parish of St. Mary, and so some of my very earliest memories are of visiting the island. I think Jamaica is an incredibly special place to visit. It starts with the terrain. I mean, it's physically a beautiful island. I mean, you go from high mountains to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and you can get some amazing views, you get some amazing cultures, and you get some amazing greenery the further you get from the sea. What people don't know about Jamaica is that there is an incredible number of side trips and explorations that you can do. There's some incredible adventure to be had, whether that's hiking in the Blue Mountains, or surfing on the North Coast. A lot of people don't associate Jamaica with surf. There's some good surf there. Jamaica is much more than tourist destinations. There's a whole island to be explored, and probably more smiles per capita than any other country I've visited. So I've always felt very welcome there.
Tourism and green investments is the theme for this year's observance of Tourism Awareness Week, which begins tomorrow and goes up to September 30. Watch as Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett plans for the week ahead and beyond.
As we enter the post-COVID-19 era, it is clear that by investing in sustainable practices, we can unlock the immense potential of Jamaica's tourism industry as a catalyst for positive change. This is why I'm so delighted that this year we will observe Tourism Awareness Week in Jamaica under the United Nations World Tourism Organization's theme for World Tourism Day, Tourism and Green Investments, and of course seeks to highlight the need to focus on investing in people, planet, and prosperity. The theme is right on point, as it recognizes the urgent need for responsible tourism practices that prioritize the well-being of our planet and its inhabitants. As stewards of this beautiful earth, it is our moral responsibility to safeguard its natural, economic, and social resources for future generations. Our activities for Tourism Awareness Week, which runs from September 24 to 30, will reflect this timely theme. Of course, the activities include daily advertorials highlighting initiatives of the Ministry of Tourism and its public bodies that exemplify the Tourism Awareness Week theme. A church service, tree planting and handing over exercises at Tourism Action Club in schools in 6 resort areas. A speakers series at Tourism Action Clubs again across schools in Jamaica. A youth forum on September 27, which in fact is World Tourism Day. Visionary expositions and workshops. A tourism stakeholders engagement activity, among others. The COVID-19 pandemic, I think, presented us with the unprecedented opportunity to rethink tourism for the future and to maximize its impact by building it around a more equitable, sustainable, and resilient tourism development model. The good thing is that Jamaica had a head start as the fundamental pillars of our tourism growth have always centered around 1, strengthening linkages with other sectors of the economy. 2, increasing the benefits derived from tourism by residents and communities. 3, promoting broader participation by all Jamaicans through training and certification. And 4thly, ensuring the safety, security, and sustainability of the natural and built environments. Tourism is a key driver of the national economy and is a major contributor to gross domestic product and employment, as well as a leading earner of foreign exchange. The tourism sector has distinguished itself as the engine of growth, fueling Jamaica's post-pandemic economic recovery. However, in the quest for further growth, we should not lose sight of the importance of sustainable and responsible tourism practices, which can help to protect our environment and enrich our local communities. The tourism sector is performing phenomenally. Last year, we welcomed 3.3 million visitors and generated US $3.7 billion in earnings. More importantly, recent Jamaica Tourist Board figures indicate that between January and August of this year, we welcomed some 2.77 million visitors, a 32.6% increase over the corresponding period last year. This includes 1.97 million stopover visitors, up 19.7%, and 801,042 cruise visitors, representing an increase of 81.06% over the same period last year, with gross earnings of some US $2.93 billion, which is 21.8% increase in gross tourism dollar earned in just 8 months. If this record growth continues, which we expect it to do, we are on track to meet our projections of 3.8 million visitors and foreign exchange earnings of $4.1 billion by year end. And this would be a record earning. It would be the first time that Jamaica would have annexed the $4 billion mark in earnings in 1 year. Investment is no longer resigned to the block and steel of infrastructure. Investing in human capital, technology and innovation, entrepreneurship, and the environment are equally important for the sustainable growth of travel and tourism. Investing in people is one of the fundamental pillars of our tourism growth strategy. We believe in empowering our citizens through education and skill development so they can fully participate in the tourism industry and reap its many benefits. By providing training and certification programs through the Jamaica Center of Tourism Innovation, the JCTI, a division of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, we are creating a workforce that is knowledgeable, skilled, and equipped to deliver world-class service. Investing in our planet is another key element of our development strategy. We are committed to minimizing the impact of tourism on our environment by promoting sustainable practices. Through initiatives such as disaster risk management, multi-hazard and contingency planning, waste management, as well as our environmental awareness and stewardship efforts, we seek to preserve our natural resources for future generations to enjoy. Lastly, investing in prosperity means leveraging tourism as a catalyst for economic growth and development. By strengthening the sustainable linkages between tourism and other economic sectors, such as agriculture and manufacturing, providing technical and financial support for small and medium tourism enterprises, SMTEs, fostering partnerships with local communities and tourism initiatives, and incentivizing idea stage businesses, we can create more opportunities for entrepreneurship and encourage innovation in the tourism sector. As we observe Tourism Awareness Week, let us remember that each one of us has a role to play in promoting sustainable tourism. Whether we are travelers, tourism stakeholders, industry workers, or policymakers, we have the power to make a difference. Let us continue to work together to build a more resilient and inclusive tourism industry that not only drives prosperity, but also safeguards our environment and empowers our people and their communities. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Concerned about uncollected garbage at home? Do you see garbage piling up on the streets? Then report it. Use the National Solid Waste Management Authority's mobile app to report instances of littering, illegal dumping, and uncollected garbage. From anywhere and at any time, be an environment warden by informing the authority of unsightly solid waste. You will be notified when your report has been received by the NSWMA, as well as when the matter is resolved. Download the app from the iOS or Android app stores by typing in NSWMA. Play your part, as Jamaica's beauty is everybody's duty.
In the few remaining minutes of Jamaica Magazine, we are drawing your attention to another area of Jamaica's development, trade. And in our next feature, the Trade Board Limited shares its 4E strategy to improve cross-border trade as it digitalizes and improves services.
The Trade Board Limited TBL, through its 4E strategy, is improving the ease of exporting with its best-in-class services.
Our mission is to efficiently support Jamaica's economic development by contributing to an enabling ecosystem for trade growth and development, increase local and foreign investment, and sustain job creation through the provisions of relevant trade-related information, the issuance and regulation of trade license, and certification.
Engaging in cross-border trade has the benefits of increasing companies' income from sales and reducing the unit costs of production. Companies engaged in export trade also gain new knowledge, experience, insights, and opportunities.
So at the Trade Board, we develop what we describe as our 4E strategy for supporting the growth of exports.
This strategy involves educating, enabling, expediting, and evaluating.
The Jamaica Trade Information Portal, JTIP, is one of the primary tools through which the Trade Board Limited provides information and education to traders via the internet. It provides a one-stop portal through which businesses wishing to engage in cross-border trade involving Jamaica can obtain all the relevant information they need. The JTIP includes information on trade laws, regulations, standard procedures, guidelines, tariff fees, taxes, and the details of trade agreements, etc.
Recent expansions to the portal include presenting content also in Spanish and French. An Export Academy offers customized training for entities or individuals to enhance their trading know-how.
It's not like you have to matriculate to get into a university or anything like that. What it really is that we have developed an instrument where we capture from the potential exporter what exactly they want to do. Based on how they fill out that questionnaires, we know where the critical knowledge gap is. Right? And what we do, we send that information to them automatically. Right? And then we have a number of quizzes and so on, and follow-ups that take place.
The Export Academy is a free online service provided by the TBL. The Trade Board is also engaged with providing market intelligence and trade compliance information through its enhanced website, which will become accessible at the end of July 2023.
Jamaican businesses who register with the Trade Board Limited will be able to go online and identify the best target markets for their products and services, access doing business guides, collect relevant market information about any country or industry of interest. It will also help to find new opportunities worldwide.
As an enabling entity, the Trade Board guides manufacturers and exporters in their conformance to the various trade criteria. Exporters also get contact details of potential interested parties, market experts, and relevant trade organizations in importing countries. There is also hand-holding through the trade process and access to tools like duty calculators and a currency converter. In support of its strategy to expedite, the TBL is employing various approaches to reduce the time it takes to do business. Efficiency, reliability, and speed are enhanced through up-to-date technology that modernizes trade and digitizes all its processes.
One of the recent reforms to enhance export is the electronic certificate of origin. We have developed and introduced a digital version of the product analysis form, which has significantly sped up the process of product analysis, application, and assessment for compliance with the criteria of the respective agreements. We commit that within 1 working day or 8 hours, you will get your export license. Certificate of origin, also within the 8-hour period. Letters of origin, 8-hour period, etc., etc. And these commitments are made public, so our exporter knows what to expect in terms of turnaround time, and they can plan their business accordingly.
The fourth strategy of the Trade Board is to evaluate by continuously reviewing operational efficiency and effectiveness. The entity is also regularly assessing and responding to changing trade context domestically, regionally, and internationally.
Yes, let's build a world where deaf people everywhere can sign anywhere. This is where we say so long on Jamaica Magazine for today. Be here on this same station tomorrow for more information you can use to transform your life. Until then, there are lots to watch over on our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson, thanking you so much for watching, and all good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.